Hello guys, welcome back to Malik 034 channel. This is Malik Arjun. So in this today's session, I'm going to demonstrate on 12C the CPU patching on my 19C database home and 12C database home. So if you go to malik034blogspot.com and you will see 19C and 19C and 12C patching steps. Both are going to be similar, but the only difference is the patch number is going to be different. And in my previous blog, I already updated about July 2020 patch release information and how you can search and how you can download the patch. So, and then I given various patch details for 19C and 12C. So you can go and refer them. And in this particular session, I'm gonna start with the actual lab demonstration, how we can apply the 19C and 12C patches on your respective 19C and 12C database homes. If I do ps-f grep smon, I have vara 19C, vara 12C. If I do cat etc vara tab, I can see my 19C Oracle home and I can see my 12C Oracle home. So I'm going to demonstrate on how to apply these particular patches here in this today's session. So you can go to support.oracle.com and you can search for critical patch update CPU program July 2021 patch availability document. And then you will get this particular MOS document. You open that MOS document, you will see all the patch details for your 19C. This is your 19C patch details. All the details I explained in my previous session. You can go through that. If you are not watched my previous session, you can go to Malik034 on YouTube and you can search my previous recorded session. And then this is our 12C patch details. I explained in details about the patch information. You can always go to YouTube and search for Malik034 and then search for that previous recorded session. So you can search youtube.com Malik034. That will directly go to my Malik034 channel, and you can see this July patch release details. So I explained everything in detail about the patch, how you can download and other things. Right. So if you see here 19C patch, I'm directly downloading this patch number ending with 5426. And then for 12C, I'm directly downloading this GI patch that is ending with 8749. So this is a patch ending with 8749, that is GI 12C patch. And this one 19C patch. Sorry, this is again 12C. Let me open that 19C patch. So this is your 19C README patch. You can open that README of that. So this is your 19C. I'll just go to that particular README. Right, this is your 19C patch, and this is your 12C patch. Right, so if you open the respective README, you will see here, this is your 12C README, and let me open this 19C README. 19C is here. I'll just open that README. Right. So, okay, what's happening? So let me open that 19C README. Where is 19C? It's here. I'll open this 19C README. I'll put it here. Right. So this is your 19C README, the patch details, 19C, and then this is your 12C patch details. And if I go to 19C, first let's consider with the 19C patch details. And this particular 19C patch, this is the patch number, and this particular patch has these sub patches. You can see here 5 sub patches, and out of those 5 sub patches, we are going to apply only these 2 patches. You can see this particular patch ending with 816, both the DB home and grid home. So since this is my single standalone instance, I'm going to apply this particular patch, and this particular patch only DB home for non-rack setup. And in case of rack setup, both DB and grid home. So only these 2 patches are applicable to us in our scenario, because this is standalone database. So if you are going with a rack, so you have to apply these remaining 3 patches on your grid home. Right. So let's go here. I already downloaded that patch here, user patches. And then if I do LL, and this is the patch number ending with 8749. If I go back here, ending with, sorry, 5426. 5426, this is a patch. This is my 19C patch. I'm going to unzip that patch here. I will log in as a Oracle and I'll unzip this patch. cdu01 patches, and I'm going to unzip this particular patch here. This is my 19C patch and this is my 12C patch. I'm going to unzip both of the patch. So meantime, once it get unzip, what are the typical patching steps? One is you are patching Oracle Home using OPatch, and the second step is patching your database using DataPatch. So what you are going with Oracle Home patching, you are going to shut down your database, and you're going to change the permission where you downloaded the patches, and you're going to do some verification, like downloading the latest OPatch, and then verifying all the patches are applied, or what are the patches are installed, and then do a config checks and do a system space checks, and then you can go ahead and apply the actual patch, and then you do the post verification. And then once the post verification done, you can start your database. Once the database is started, you can run your data patch. Right, so you can run your data patch, like verify your database object and check your database registry status. And if there are invalid object, run this little RP. If there are no invalid object, directly go ahead and run this data patch. Right, and then verify your whether data patch is applied successfully at your database or not. Right, that's a typical like 10 steps, 6 steps for your database home patching, and 1, 2, 3 steps for your database patching. Right, so this unzip is done. So let me unzip that 12C patch. This is my 12C patch ending with 8746. This is my 12C patch. I'm going to unzip that patch as well. Let it unzip, and then quickly I'll go to my 12C readme. Okay, this is my 12C patch, and this is a readme of that patch. If I go further down, this particular patch has, again, patch number 1, patch number 2, and database patch for your July 2021 release, and this is OCW patch for your OCW patch for your database as well as your grid. So only DB Home for non-rack setup, and both DB Home and Grid Home for rack setup. And this particular patch you need to apply on both DB Home and Grid Home. So eventually we are going to apply these 2 patches on my Oracle Home. Right, so these 2 sessions, like this done. Let me take one more session so that parallelly we can apply for 19C and the 12C together. So log in with the root. Right, so let me clear it out here and clear this one, CDU01 patches. Clear this one. Right, so both the sessions are ready, and this one I will use it for 19C, and the other one I will use it for 12C patching. Right, so I'll follow the same steps what I mentioned here on my blog. First thing is I will shut down my database, log in with the Oracle user, and I'll log in with the Oracle user on the second session as well. And then I will just do ps-ef grep smon, and then I will set the 19C one here .ynv. This is my 19C, and I'm gonna connect to my SQL Plus, and I'll do shut down my database. Right, so similarly, I will go to my 12C terminal, and I'm gonna set the environment for 12C. That is my Vora 12C. And I'm gonna connect to SQL Plus as HDBA, and I'll shut down my database. Right, so my shutdown is, 19C is getting shut down. Database closed, database dismounted, database shutdown. So I'll exit. If I do ps-ef grep smon once again, so my 19C and 12C both are down now. So in 12C also, database closed, database dismounted, database shutdown. I'll just exit this one. So here also, like done, like both the databases are down now. And then I will change the permission for my U01 patches. So if I go U01 patches, so it's already owned by Oracle. So everything is owned by Oracle. No need to run this command. Here, this is our patch location where I downloaded U01 patches. So if that is owned by something else, like root or something else, you have to change that permission. right? If I go back U01 patches, same directory, so no need to verify. I'll just do one more time verification. So everything is owned by Oracle, so no need to worry. And then do a OPatch version check. So what I'll do, I will just run it for 12c now here. So this is a pretty old version, so we need to change it to the latest version. So similarly, I will do it for my 19c as well. I'll just try to bring a notepad. I'll make it my 19c 19.0.0.0. So if I'll run it on the other terminal, 19c also having pretty old OPatch version. So for that, I downloaded. This is my OPatch version, which is applicable for both DB Home, both the 19c and 12c OPatch. This is supported for both 12c and 19c OPatch. So I'm just gonna unzip this one into my both the OPatch directories. So I'll just cd into my 19c home here, and I'm just gonna move that existing OPatch directory. So this is my existing OPatch directory. I'll move it as a backup directory. This is my old OPatch. So I just move it, and then I can directly go back to my U01 patches, and then I'll unzip that directly into my DB home. Unzip this patch into your database home. So you'll get a latest OPatch over there. So you have to use -d directory where you want to unzip. -d, that is your directory. Right? That's the latest OPatch you're going to unzip here. And similarly, I will go to my DB home here, and I will move this particular OPatch as a backup. This is for 12c. What we did earlier, it was for 19c. Now I'm going for 12c. So OPatch I taken as a backup. This is a old directory. And now I can go back to U01 patches. And then whatever that latest OPatch, I'm going to unzip this particular latest OPatch to -d, the directory where you want to unzip. I want to unzip into my 12c DB home. So done. This is latest OPatch is unzipping here. So now if I query same command, OPatch version, you will see the latest one. So this is OPatch version command. So this is, now you can see this is your 12.2 1.25. So if I go back here, if I run the same OPatch version command here, same 12.201.25. This is the minimum 25. Like you can use this 25 patch. That's the OPatch version. It will support it with both the 12c and 19c. Right. So now we did OPatch and a couple of commands to check. I'm just going to copy this one here. Right. So sorry for that. I'm gonna do ls patches for my 12c Oracle home. Right. So I'm just gonna run everything in one shot on my 12c Oracle home here. Right now, nothing is installed on my 12c Oracle home. Right now, nothing is installed here. No interim patches are applied, or nothing is installed here. So similarly, if I replace 12c with 19c, 19c also I don't see anything. 19.0.0.0, replace all. I'll just run this all command here on 19c terminal. So here also I don't see anything. So here also this is a brand new database homes I installed. So ideally I don't see any patch details over there. So this is the default in 19c. This is the 19.3 default patch will be installed once you install your 19c patch, 19c database software. Whereas in 12c, 12c will be like that absolutely there is no patch at all. Whereas in 19c, these are the two patches default it will get installed when you install your 19c home, right? So both are like not having any patches now. So now we can directly go ahead and apply our July patch. So these are the commands: config check, system free check, and the patch apply command. I'm just going to take it here. Instead of that, I'll go it here. This is our config check, and this is our apply command. So what I'll do, I will just first we will concentrate on 19c, and then later we'll see for the 12c. So first I will replace this Oracle home with 19c, 19.0.0.0. So just replace all. Done. So it's replaced now. Okay, so if you see this README of our 19C, so we are gonna apply two patches, this one and this one. So for that we need to make two conflict check commands and two system space check commands and two apply steps, because we are gonna apply two patches on that. Right. So and then you need to mention this particular patch details. What I'll do, I will just go here, and this is a patch number, master patch number 462, ending with 462, ending with 462, 426, 426. This is the patch. I'll go inside that, and this is my patch directory. So I'm gonna replace this patch directory here. My patch directory is here, one, and then this is second patch. So first patch is this one. I'll just go back here. This is my first patch, 851. I'll replace this 851 here. And then the second patch is this one. I'll replace this second patch here. Right. So these are the two patch we are going to apply on my 19C 19C Oracle Home. So this is my conflict check. So I'm doing a conflict check for my 19C Oracle Home against these two patches, whatever I'm applying here. Again, for the system space check, I'm going to do the same thing. These are the two patches. My patch base directory, I'm just replacing this one, and this is my second patch. I'll just replace it here. Okay, this is my system space check, and this is my conflict pre-check. And now the apply steps also same thing. So I need to change this particular patch numbers with these two patch numbers. I'll just copy this first patch, and then I'll copy this second patch. And starting with 19C, this response file is not mandatory. I'm going to remove that command. Right, so now the steps are ready. So I'll just run first command on my 19C. This is your conflict check. Right, so it is passed, no conflict found. And then the second command. No, that's also passed. So conflict free. And now the check system space check. Yeah, checking the system space check. That is also passed, and run the second command. Done. So that's also done. So now you can directly go ahead and apply the patch. I'm going to apply the first patch. And since we mentioned this silent here, so automatically take yes instead of waiting for a user intervention. So it will automatically take that yes option. Verifying the environment and performing the prerequisite checks. Okay, you can see here. Is your local system ready for patching? Yes or no? Automatically taken yes with the silent option. User responded as a Y. And you can see, do you want to proceed with the patching? Yes or no? Automatically taken as a Y because of the silent option. Right. So it will take some time, and meantime we can prepare our 12C steps. So I have 12C steps here. Again, 12C also conflict check will do it for two patches, and the system space check also will do it for two patches. I'll make two commands, and apply steps also will make it for two patches. Right. So and then the patch directory is going to change here. So I'll go back here, LL, and then this is my, I think 12C patch, right? Ending with 749. This is my patch. I'll go here, and this is my patch directory. I'll just copy this one, and I'll go back to my 12C commands here. I'll just replace this one here, one, and I'll replace this second patch. And this patch number, I will get it here from the README. I'll go to 12C README. This is my 12C README, and then I'll go down here, and you can see this is a patch number and this is a patch number. These are the two patches you need to apply in DB Home, and both the DB and Grid Home, this particular patch. So I'll just copy this patch, and then I will replace it here. And the second patch, I'll copy this one and I'll replace it here. So these are the two patches. I'm going to do two commands to check the config checks, and two commands. These are the two commands to do a system space check. So I'll replace this one, and the second patch is this one. Right, and then these are the two apply command. And then you can see here, you need to replace this patch number, the same what you made this patch details, patch commands, right? I'll just replace here patch 1, and this is my second patch. Right, so again, I'll just remove this response file. The response file, we used to have it in earlier 11G release, but in 12C and 19C, we don't need that response file. Right, so it's going on now here. Meantime, we can do this config check for 12C. This is my 12C terminal. I'll just run this one. This is doing a config check for my first patch. That is done. So it's passed, no conflict found. And I'll do it for the second patch. Right, no conflict found. And then I'll do the system space check. Right, so system space check is passed. So I'll do it system space check for second command, second patch. Right, so that's also passed. So I'll proceed with the apply. The first patch, I will apply it here. Right, so that will again automatically it will take yes because of the silent option. It will not wait for the user to respond yes or no. Automatically it will take a yes by default because of the silent option. All right, so if I go to this 19C, so it's successfully applied. This particular patch is successfully applied and O patch is succeeded. So I will go back and I'll run the second command, second patch. This is like you can see 8585. This is a patch, right? 851. You can see 851 successfully applied. So I'll copy this second patch apply command. I'll run it here. So that will again take a few more minutes, and then I'll go back here 12C steps. You can see here. Do you want to proceed? Yes or no? It says automatically answered yes. Okay, you can see one thing what we observed here, unable to lock the central inventory, OPatch will attempt to re-lock because both this 12C and 19C are having the same central inventory. And then if one OPatch is in progress, other OPatch will not proceed further. You can see, right, this particular, it is just waiting to get the OPatch lock. Because this 19C is in progress, so that will wait for the lock to be released. Or you can just cancel this one until this particular patch 19C gets completed. The ideal point is like you cannot run multiple OPatch in one single slot. You can see OPatch will sleep for a few seconds before retrying and get the lock. And right now this 19C is in progress. Once this will get completes, automatically your 12C patch will proceed. So I'll take one more session and I'll show you that central inventory. Right now this 19C one is going on, let it go. And I'll take a new session here. Right, this is one of the interesting thing, right? Like it indicates that you cannot run two parallel OPatch on two Oracle homes because that OPatch will lock to your central inventory. So if I go here, this is my central inventory. I'll go inside my central inventory. And then this is your central inventory. And you can go to your logs here. And these are the logs, whatever patch you do, all the details you can find it out here. And I'll go back and I'll get this context.xml, cd context.xml. And then if I go inventory.xml, you will see on the same central inventory, you have two Oracle homes. This is your 19C and this is your 12C. Both the 12C and 19C home are pointing to my same single central inventory. That's where you are not able to run two patches in parallelly. So now you can see here, this particular patch, the second patch 19C second patch is successfully applied. This is ending with 816. So if I go back here, 816, my second 19C patch is applied successfully here. And if I go to this 12C, again, it is still waiting for my central inventory, the lock to be get acquired. I'll go back here. Otherwise, I'll cancel and I'll rerun it. So you can go to this VUI and verify the other logs here. And same thing, you can go to your logs and you can verify over there. So what I can do, I'll just cancel this one and I can retry applying that patch. Now it should automatically take the log, because this particular patching is 19C patching is completed, and automatically this 12C patching should start now. Right, so it automatically taken yes or no, is your local system is ready for patching? Yes, and auto answered by using the silent mode option, automatically taken yes, and started with that patch apply. Right, so that will take a few minutes, this patch, and later we'll apply one more patch. That concludes our Oracle home patching. So if I go back to my blog here, and you have to do post verification, do LS patches and all those things. So I'll go back to my 19C. Anyway, 19C patching completed. So this 12C, let it run, and I'll go to this 19C one here. And if I do LS patches, right, so you can see 19.12, and this is your 2021-07, that is the July release. So if I go back all the way up, and when we did a LS patches here, it said these are the two patches applied. Those are like a default comes with your Oracle binaries. If you see here, right, it has came in 2019-04, 2019 April. That is where this 19C released. So these are two patches. What you can see, those are like old patches comes along with your Oracle 19C home. And now we applied two patches. These are like 19.12. And you can see this date format 2021-07, that is your July. And this is 20th is the date. And there's a next command, you can check that one. Grep applied, that will indicate when you applied, the date you'll get it. Grep applied, that will show you that today's date when you applied that patch. You can see this is applied on Thursday, August 5. It's today's date. Right, so this is completed here. You can see the 12C patch, one patch completed. I'll quickly run that second patch. Like you can see 6808 is completed. 6808 successfully applied. These warnings you can ignore, that it is reporting some permission issue. This file is owned by root user. That's where it is unable to change that permission. These warnings can be ignored, and I will quickly run this second patch apply command. Right, so that will also go further, and then I'll verify the further steps here. Go to my blog here, and the same command. These are like typically what you saw here. The same command, you can run it, and you can verify that. And then you can go ahead and start your database. Right, so this is just a verification, just to make sure that your patches are all applied. And now you can connect back to SQL Plus SHDBA, and you can do a startup. That is your 19C database will get start. Okay, this second patch also completed here, ending with 727. If I go back here, this is the second patch 727 for my 12C home. That 12C home, that also successfully applied now here. And you can query it. I'll go back to my document here. Sorry, we were verifying 12C1, right? So sorry for that. We have to verify for the 19C1. This is for 12C1. I will verify for 19C, at 19.0.0.0. I'll just replace this one for all of this. Right, so you can verify this 12C commands. I'll run it here on the second terminal. I'll run here. Right, you can see these two patches got applied here. And you can see this patch apply date. It is August 5th. And you can see two patches here applied. And this patch is like 2107 2020. And similarly for 19C also, it is 21 19.2. Even though I used my 12C Oracle Home instead of 19C Oracle Home, I am able to get the correct patch details because my environment is set to 19C. Don't get confused here. Like I used my 12C binaries to list the patches, but it has listed my 19C patches because it is currently the environment is set to 19C. If I exit, I'll verify that. I'll show you that one. ENV grep Vora. The environment is set to 19C. That's where, even though I use 12C Oracle Home OPatch, I am able to get my 19C patch details. But whereas if you see here, even though I used OPatch here, but I passed my Oracle Home as a 12C, there it is listing my 12C patch. Right, so that's the only difference here. Right now, if I ran this 12C1 also is applied here. Now I can quickly connect to my database and I'll start my database. Right, so my 19C database started and 12C database also starting here. So that concludes my Oracle home patching for both 19C and 12C. These are the typically 6 steps you need to apply it. And then after applying your database patching, Oracle home patching, you have to start with your database patching. That database patching is typically having 3 steps. I'll just take those 3 steps here. One is just verify your DBA registry and verify there is any invalid object. If there is any invalid object, you have to run this utilRP. Once that utilRP is run, you have to run this your data patch verbose. So I'll just connect to my 19C Oracle 19C database here. This is my 19C. I'll just connect back to SQL plus SHDBA. I'll run this one DBA registry. So all the registry components are valid here. You can see 15 components, all are valid here. And now I'll go back and I'll check the any invalid object. If there are any invalid object, I'll run that utilRP. So right now, no invalid object. If you found any invalid object, you have to run this particular utilRP. That utilRP recompile those invalid object and make them valid. So right now I don't have any invalid object. I can directly go back and run the data patch. I'll just exit. I'll go into that OPatch. I'll run this particular data patch -verbose. You can see data patch -verbose. Let's say connecting to database, okay. Gathering the database info, okay. Bootstrapping registry and the package is current version, done. So now determining the current state, and then it will list out what all patches I need to register at my database. And then it will start with the database registration. You can see, right? This is 19.12 database release update. And then this is the ID. And then it started applying that particular patch, applied successfully. And then this was my old patch. This was like binary, the latest patch installed. And this was like at the database level, it was applied. That was the 19.3 old patch. And now it's going to apply my the new patch. You can see apply from whatever that 19.3 to my 19.12. It's going to update my database registry with latest 12.2 patch. And this is the patch number 851. If I go back here, and then in 19C, 851. 851 is the one that's the database patch. If I go to readme of that, this is my 19C readme, and 851 is the one your database. All right, there was some network disconnect, so I'll just need to reconnect here. Let me reconnect here. Okay, there is some network disconnect, so my connection got aborted. So this is one of the best practice. Always, whenever you do patching, you have to start in a screen session. Otherwise, you can see right now it was running the data patch and it was terminated due to some network abort. So that is one of the best practice. You can always start it in a screen session. Since this is my lab environment, it doesn't matter for me, but when you are working with a client or customer environment, so make sure that you are running the patching command, everything in a screen session. So to avoid this particular network disconnect and other things. So what I'm going to do, I'm just going to set my environment back. .env and then set for 19C, and then I'll follow the same steps. Where is that one here? Go to your Oracle Home OPatch. I'm just going to run that data patch again, and then I'm going to run that data patch again. This is data patch -verbose for your 19C. Unable to acquire SQL patch global lock in exclusive mode. Waiting for that session to continue. Yeah, so I'll just cancel this one. I will just shut down my database because that data patch will be running at my database level. That will be kind of a struck or kind of a hang. One of the easiest method is I'll just shut down, shut immediate. So always, one of the best recommendation, you have to start in a screen session, or you have to start in some remote desktop connection where even though if you lose your PuTTY session, that the patching command should start in parallel. Right, so I'll connect to other session where 12C data patch root. Right, so I will set to my login to Oracle user and set the environment to 12C .env for 12C. Right, so it's set here. And now I will run the same command. I will connect to my database here, SQL plus /sysdba. And if I verify this one, so all the registry objects, registry components are all valid. Make sure that all are valid here. If anything is invalid, you have to compile them before proceeding to your data patch. And check any database objects are invalid. And right now there are no invalid object. If there is invalid object, you can run this particular util-rp that will compile them. And now you can go ahead and run this data patch. I'll just exit. I'll go to Oracle Home OPatch, and then I'll run the data patch here. Right, so it will do the same thing. It will verify the current connected to database, bootstrapping, and the current version is done. Bootstrapping and package to the current version is done. Determine the current state, and then start with the data patch apply. So now I will start this 19C. So once your data patch fails, so automatically it will left out all your data patch SQL sessions at your database. You have to do the cleanup and all those things. That will again take a lot of time and a lot of effort to clean up those sessions and all. So that's the reason, when you ran the second time, it says unable to acquire the SQL global lock in exclusive mode. So there are some SQL patch will be running on your database. That's where you're not able to run it again. So for that, I just logged into my database. I just set it down, and now I can directly go to my OPatch and I'll run the data patch now. And the other thing is you can run the data patch parallelly, no issues. You can see like 112C data patch is running here, and parallelly I'm just running my 19C data patch here. Only thing is your OPatch, you cannot run it parallelly because those all will be pointing to your central inventory, and that will not allow you to get a lock on your central inventory. Whereas your data patch, you can run it parallelly. Right, so this is your 12C steps and this is your 19C. So it has bootstrap current registry and the current package, and then now determine the current state. And then once the data patch is done, you can connect back to your database and you can verify your DBA registry SQL patch. That will give you the latest patch detail. So this will take quite a bit of time. So other thing is like you can always query this particular log file, which will tell what's happening at the backend. So I'll just take a duplicate session and I can do connect as a root, and I can tell that particular log file. That will give you more details, what's happening at my database, what's happening my at data patch level. So this is the same patch. Okay, this is our same SQL patch. So to get more details, you can go into this particular patch. Go inside your SQL patch here, CD, and do LL here, and then it is doing a lot of patch apply here. And you can go to this particular command, and you can tail this particular log instead of that main log. You can tail this sub log. You will get to know what's happening at database level. You can see a lot of the PLSQL and a lot of compilation it is doing, and it is rebuilding all my registry incompatible with this latest patch. Right, so that will indicate that okay, my data patch is in progress. That is for your 19C, so that is for your 12C, and the similarly goes to your 19C also. I'll just take a duplicate session for my 19C. I'll just connect, and then same thing goes. You can go to this particular log location, and this is your SQL main log. So that will give the same output what you are seeing here. So instead of that, go to this particular directory, CD, and do ls-ltr. Okay, this is a currently running script. You can tail that one. Right, you can see a lot of PLSQL procedure it is executing here. And same thing goes to your 12C also. 12C also it's doing a lot of PLSQL compilation and register rebuild and all those things. You can see here it also it's running a lot of compilation and registry rebuilding and rebuilding my registry component and database components. Right, so let it go on. Once these two are done, rightly again one more thing to observe. Okay, it's done now. 12C, yeah, it's done here, I believe. You can see successfully this particular patch 080 successfully applied at my database. That is 12C database. So I can connect back to my database and I can run that final command. If I run this one, you can see successfully this patch is applied. And you can describe this one, you will see the date stamp and all those things. You can append that those date stamp, like action time, like action, and then action time. I can include here patch status, comma, action time, so that that will give you today's date when you applied that data patch. You can see this particular patch 808 successfully applied, and this is the timeline, and this is the date, and this is the timeline. Right, so that concludes my 12C data patch and database Oracle home patching and database patch apply. And then I'll just cancel this one. And then I will go to this 19C one. Okay, 19C is still running. Let it run. Nineteen C will take a few more minutes, and then because we reran that one, right? One of the best recommendation what I always suggest, always tail your log file. But by looking at simply this matter, like you don't know what is happening at backend, whether it is progressing or whether it is stuck or whether it is hung, we don't know. The moment you go to this particular directory, SQL patch directory, and then tail for the log file, and you will get to know whether it is really doing a task or really executing or really progressing. I think you can get it from this particular log file. You can just cancel this one if needed, and you can always do ls-ltr, and you can always tail the latest log file. That will be keep updating the latest log file. Yeah, this the data patch will always take a lot of time. because it has to do a lot of things at my database. It has to recompile all my registry object. It has to recompile my all the database objects, all of those things, right? And just I'll exit. I can LSF and LTR. Okay, this is the log. It is updating now. I will tell this one. Okay, successfully done. So if I go back here, yeah, you can see the patch is successfully applied now, and this is the timeline. Right, so then I will connect back to my database. Just DBA, and then you can run that same command. And just enter. You can see, right? This was the old patch, which comes default with my 19C installation. And this was the one latest patch what we installed. So if I go back here, if I can go back here, where is that one? Sorry, this both the patches are applied today's date. With it says the action plan is today's date, and probably this is a sub patch what installed. If I go back here, 19C patch, where is that 19C? Okay, here is the 19C patch. So we applied this particular patch, 851, that's the 851, and 242. We need to check it out. What is this 242? And this 242, if that is applied at my Oracle home, and that will be like will be applied default. Probably that the what we canceled earlier when we tried for the first time, when it got canceled, and the sub patch might be applied applied at the back end. We need to check it out what exactly this patch is, and then why it is applied at my Oracle home now. That's the other part we need to think of that. But right now 851 is the patch which is applied, and this is a date. You can see it, and then that concludes the successful patching of your 19C and the 12C Oracle home, and as well as your database. So these logs, I'm going to upload it to same blog here at the end of this blog. So you can refer them. Then you can get the output of that log file. I'll come up with a few more topics in my next session. Until then, thank you guys. Bye-bye.